A coalition of civil society organizations worried over the intensified existential crisis that has plunged Nigeria in the last few weeks, especially currency redesign to railroad Nigeria into cashless economy that has further unleashed unimaginable hardship on the majority of Nigerians. Now, the CSOs, while addressing the media, stated clearly that the event of the last few weeks appears as orchestrated political template aimed at undermining national existence.
The exercise was unleashed at a time that Nigerian citizens are reeling from the effects of contrived fuel scarcity, insecurity of endemic proportions, galloping inflation and attendant stress on conditions and the cost of living of citizens. It needs to be emphasized that the NAIRA redesign exercise has exposed the poor thinking in implementation, resulting in avoidable scarcity of the redesigned denominations of the currency, the 200, 500, and 1,000 NAIRA notes, respectively. The events of the last few weeks appear as orchestrated political template aimed at undermining the very foundation of our national existence.
It is worrisome that some governors have chosen to seize this moment and are pretentiously posturing to be acting in the interests of the people. They are taking sides with the people is a carefully organized deception, as they have chosen to keep mute in situations of great sufferings of the people. They have never sided with Nigerians against their continued suffering, including collapse of education, healthcare system, insecurity, and other terrible living conditions. It is convenient for the governors to challenge the president as their financial interest appears to be threatened and could mar their chances of rigging the election through vote buying. Some of their remarks are full of deception and capable of truncating democracy in Nigeria.
While adding that the exercise has become anti-people, inducing resentment and anger against the government, leaders of civil society makes the following demands.
To safeguard our democracy and protect the working and living conditions of our people, we make the following demands. The federal government must quickly put in place all measures to ensure that suffering of the Nigerian people caused by the poor and thinking inefficiencies in the implementation of the NAIRA redesign exercise are eliminated. We call on the executive branch of government, in particular the Presidency and the Central Bank of Nigeria, to retract their steps and immediately abide with the extant ruling and pronouncement of the Supreme Court on this matter. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we also call on the Presidency to uphold rule of law and not to take any step that will further undermine the system of separation of power between branches of government. In this respect,
the reality is that we all know that even though the ostensible reasons why this policy exists, the government has made excuses like inflation, they've said things like vote buying, they've said things like, but we all know any economist worth his salt knows that those issues that they want to solve aren't necessarily solved this way. No other country in the world has solved those issues by this type of action. So we know it's politically motivated. So it's a question of the media and civil society coming together to really champion this cause and getting the international community and all of the people behind this mission.
The contingent of CSOs, while condemning the repression of protests, called for its cessation and persecution of security personnel who harassed citizens. They also argued that a peaceful assembly and protest should not be an excuse for the destruction of public or private property or abuse of fundamental rights of citizens by protesters.